Hi everyone, it's Mary Blocker from Mary's Card Cafe, and welcome to my Finding Friday inspiration. I am so excited today because I am going to be doing a card that I was inspired by a comforter that I have on my bed, if you can believe it. And what it reminded me so much of was this brand new upcoming Quiet Meadow stamp set. This quilt that I have, you can, I'll put the link below for my blog because then you can see the actual blanket that I'm talking about. It just had these beautiful flowers like this and all sorts. And then there's the Quiet Meadow dies, which I'm trying to find my Meadow dies so you can see those. Here they are. So these are the Quiet Meadow dies that I shared at my Facebook Live, and just the quilt just reminded me so much of this bundle, and so I wanted to create with it today, and we're gonna do that. I'm so excited. So the new upcoming annual catalog, excuse me, becomes live for customers on May 4th. I will link all the information below. And you can also find out more details on my blog for my annual paper shares and my in color club, because there are 5 new in colors coming into this year's catalog, which is so exciting. But today we are using Garden Green, current in color, Bumblebee, and Poppy Parade today because it just kind of goes along with that theme of my quilt that I'm inspired by. I have lots of parts and pieces here. There's my Garden Green base. I have another piece of Bumblebee for the inside because I like to make the inside of my cards very special. If you're just joining for the first time, thanks so much, but go ahead and give me a thumbs up and click that subscribe button. Even click that bell so you don't miss out on any videos that I do. This scallop rectangle is coming from the brand new and upcoming scallop contour dies. Look at how great those are, all of those scalloped layering rectangles. And then they coordinate with our color and contour stamp set, which is a 2-step stamp set, which is just phenomenal. And you have the dies to cut that out as well. I just love these scallop rectangles. They're going to be so popular. So that's what that's from. And this actually is one of the dies included in your Quiet Meadows. The Meadow dies, that's this one right here, and it has a beautiful stitched ribbon. So we're using that. I already did some of that just so we can get to our stamping. So I am getting so excited. I'm having an annual catalog open house on May 8th in person. Everybody's going to be safe and wearing their masks, and very limited on the number of people, but just so excited to bring some people back. All right, so I'm using my Poppy Parade to first start with this flower that is sprinkled amongst the comforter. And it's interesting because this comforter is very kind of countryish feel to it, and very vintagey. It's also kind of quilted, and I'm going to use my scoring board today to do some of that. So that's exciting. And next I'm going to go with the leaves. Now the leaves I'm doing, I'm using the Forever Fern stamp set for the leaves. I think these represent pretty well the leaves that are on that comforter. I love doing my Finding Inspiration Friday videos. It's so fun to look at the world around you and be inspired for your stamping and creating. I have a couple different inspirations. I also have, it's so funny, I also have this beautiful plush bathrobe that has some kind of fleur-de-lis type of designs on it that's very reminiscent of another upcoming product in the annual catalog. It's so fun. And I'm just going to come in with my Bumblebee and do some of our little flowers. I have a little overhang of the color there. Push too hard in my ink pad. Remember, the Stampin' Up! Inks are right on the top of the pad because they're stored upside down when you close the lid. So the ink will always be right on top. So I'm just adding these little flowers, and that looks good. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this small piece of basic white that I already pre-cut to match inside that scallop rectangle. So it's a little under 2 by 3 1/4. So that's small. I'm not going to get a whole lot of anything on there, but we are going to do this beautiful quiet meadow flower. This one is so beautiful. Kind of funny, I have it on a block that's not quite the right size, but that's okay. We can make it work. So I want to make sure I'm getting my flower all on here. That's what I like about our clear blocks. I can see what I'm doing. And there it is. How pretty is that? It is so pretty. So the coloring choices I'm using, it's just a little bit different. You would think that I'd be using the exact same colors to color my flowers and things as the bumblebee I'm using, but actually the intensity of the Stampin' Blends, it just seemed a little dark using the garden green and the bumblebee. So I'm choosing the new in color Soft Succulent and So Saffron for the colors. It just, the richness of the pigments just really made it look very dark compared to the stamping on the background. So I can remedy that by just shifting my colors to a little bit lighter shade, and it will still work very well when I put it onto the card. So now I'm going to come back in with the dark So Saffron, and I'm just going to go back over the parts that are already shaded. I'm not looking to really blend these colors. I'm looking to just give some accents of darkness, to give some different areas of depth. And the stamp already does the work for me. It's showing where all those darker shaded parts would be. So I just will follow right over those. You can see how it just really brings those flowers to life there. So pretty. All right. So now I'm going to come in with our light Soft Succulent. And these leaves are so dainty. They're very pretty, aren't they? So I just absolutely love this comforter that's on my bed. And it's kind of a, I'd call it a spring summer comforter. And it's just the color groupings are just so beautiful. And if I bring in the dark, just going to come in and deepen in some of these accent lines. Might not even notice. There we are. But as I bring this over, you see how well that goes with the palette of the background, and that almost looks like it could be Bumblebee, but actually the Bumblebee is much, much more intense, so I just didn't want that to happen. All right, let's talk about our quilting time now. Let's go ahead and do our greeting. We'll get the greeting done. I'm doing Thinking of You. I'm gonna do that in the Memento ink. Let me just make sure here. Oh yes, don't push down too hard, Mary. That does look straight. Let's get our tag straight. And then we're going to go straight down and straight up. Thinking of You. There we go. So I'll set that aside. I'm going to do a little sponging around this tag. Now our stamping sponges are being retired and discontinued, so I really like these, but now with our blending brushes and the daubers, you can get the same effect using those tools too. There we go. I just want the tag, the white onto the white, just to have a little bit more dimension there. Okay, I'm going to bring in my scoring board, because remember I said my quilt has a quilted, is obviously quilted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my scoring board. Let me see if I need to, no, that's good. All right, I'm going to turn this over to the back side because I want the scoring to go up at the top. And I'm just going to put this angle at the 3 and the 4 just so it's set into the board there. And I'm going to go at every inch. And I want a kind of a big scoring. So I'm going to use the fat end of the stylus. And I'm going to just get in that groove and make sure I'm pushing down enough that I'm not going to pop out of it. And I'm going to do it every inch. After I get this across, whoops, see, I popped out of there. We don't want that. That will make our quilting look a little strange. It's like when you're quilting on a quilt and your material shifts. All right, and so I have that now, and you can see the top, it's getting that quilt, that, excuse me, embossed look. Now I'm just going to turn it this way, and now that's just sitting at the 3 and the 2.5 because I don't have the long side there. And I'm going to go right back again now at that 1 inch, and 2, and then 3. This is a great tool to have if you don't have the scoring tool. This will allow you to do all sorts of custom bags and boxes and fancy folds. Get that last one right there. So I am also, since I got that last one right there on that edge, I'm going to come right over to about right here on this edge, and I'm going to get that too, just so it's even. And there we go. See how I have that quilty pattern going on there? Well, now I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And I'm going to be a little more careful because I use the stamping blends and I'm not sure that it's dry. Now on this one, if I do every inch, it's awfully small. So I think I'm going to change and do every 1/2 inch on this one. So it'll be, the quilting will be a little bit tight, oh, popped out, a little bit tighter on this one. We'll see what this effect does. Just an idea I had. I don't know. We'll see. But I wanted to be inspired, of course, and keep that inspiration as much as I could. Okay, and now I'll turn it this way. And every 1/2 inch again. It's kind of scary when you're doing it. You're like, okay, do I have the right places? But I do, and I can see that very well. Ooh, I don't think I did the, oh yeah, no, I did not. Ooh, oh well, let's keep going. My quilting is off a little bit. I was supposed to be on those 1/2 marks, so let's see. I'm going to have to just come in here and do another one. So that's going to look a little interesting. I think I'll go right here. Oop. Trying to keep it even between. Yeah. Kind of went off a little bit on that. See how that happened there? That started getting a little closer. So I'm going to put this back and see how I might remedy how that got a little closer. I might have to do just another line between them all because that happened. Oh, now it's getting crazy. Oh, now it's getting crazy, isn't it? That's okay. We get the idea. That will work out perfect. Okay, well, we are ready to do some assembling, it looks like. Okay, here's all our parts and pieces. Love it. All right, so first off, I'm going to go ahead and put our quilted piece onto my bumblebee layer. Isn't that fun? Just giving it a little bit more texture, giving that kind of embossed look. And then I'll go ahead and I think I'm going to raise this one up with dimensional. So let's put this one down. My crazy quilted piece here. I'm not going to have you sit as I go and redo the whole thing. And it really does look great anyway, so let's glue this. Boop. There we go. I do love this color grouping too. It just my quilt is just so pretty in these colors. And I really could say that the colors in my quilt are Poppy Parade and Garden Green. right? So I'm going to go ahead and put that flower on the inside. Oh my goodness. Did you see what I just did, you guys? I just grabbed the memento that was sitting there and didn't even pay attention to what I needed. Oh my goodness. Let me clean this very quickly. That is a tragedy. Good thing there's the other side of the paper, right? Let's do that just to make sure we've got all that ickiness off. There's that. And I wonder if I can do something pretty with the leaf right inside too. Yes, I have my garden green. Kind of put the leaf here. And I'll put the leaf up here. I'll even give a little leaf down here. There we go. I think that looks sweet. Let's go ahead and get this on the inside of the card. And you can write your message. We'll cover up that horrible flower that's there. Although that's kind of neat. I see some of that Poppy Parade and then the memento ink. I love doing the double layer inside the card. Just adds that special touch. Let's get some dimensionals. Raise that up. Couple here. Excuse me, goodness, something has got my... Get my trimming scissors here. Oh, I got one more. But then you have to start using your outer edge. Always want to use your outer edge. Use up those dimensionals. I like to just add, when I'm doing rectangles, I like to add those sides, just like that. The weather is getting so nice. We're kind of hitting the 70-degree mark in the afternoons. It stays chilly in the morning. That's going to go right there. Oh, I love that. It's getting, I love it, love it, love it. And then this is going to go just like that. Yes, ma'am. There we go. So we have those scallops all around. That's looking fine and dandy. And then I'm going to bring in some of our genial gems that are new and upcoming as well. And I'm going to add those to give a little beautiful bling, because everything needs a little bling. And one more. Want to work in odd numbers right here. Let's put that aside. Let's see how we did. So there we go. This is my Finding Inspiration Friday, using my quilt, my comforter, as the inspiration. And again, I'll put my link below for my blog. You can check it out there and see the actual quilt. I also have a card challenge sketch that I usually do in the middle of the month, and that is for creating a project with the challenge that I put out and getting your project to me. You can upload it to me, post it on Facebook, what have you, my blog. And I always give a prize to the card that is chosen. And it's a lot of fun. So I have all the details on my blog for today for that. I'd love to have you participate. And this week it's just gonna be all about inspiration. And the winner is going to win a package of the beautiful genial gems if their card is chosen. So it's a lot of fun. So check out my blog. I've got that link. And again, give me a thumbs up, guys. Share if you would. And if you haven't, click that bell so you don't miss out on my videos. I am going to have to create and fix my quilting on that, but I think it turned out really great. So there you are, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and till next time, happy stampin'.